My favorite comebacks. Let's get to it. Hey, Kyle. What's up, Chad? I saw you at Target last night shopping with your mom. Does she pick out all your clothes for you, little baby? Huh? What? Do you even have any friends? Such a loser. You know, Chad, I don't hate you, but if you were drowning, I'd give you a high five. Your mom told my mom that you don't know how to swim. You better shut your mouth, Kyle. Hey, don't be ashamed of who you are. That's your parents' job. Or should I say parent? I heard your dad went to get you chicken nuggets and he never came back. I'm so sorry. How dare you say that? Hey, yo, Kyle. Hey, what's up, Chad? What are you doing on Friday? I don't know. Why? Well, I'm having a birthday party on Friday. A ton of people are going to be there. I'm checking to see if you wanted to come. Yeah, man. Sure, yeah. I'll stop by. What time? Psych, loser. Of course you're not invited to my party. You suck. Did you just fart? I'm sorry. I was trying to give a shit about you, but that's all I could muster up. What? Besides, the only thing worth celebrating on your birthday is you being 1 year closer to death. The woman was celebrating her 60th birthday, and she was at a movie theater with a few of her friends. The theater wasn't that packed. It was basically them and a bunch of teenagers. Well, while they were waiting for the previews to start, there were some kids sitting a few rows behind them, making random noises. I like corn. Corn. Oh yeah, corn. This movie better be good. Keep in mind, the previews to the movie hadn't even started yet. These kids were just making random noises, and they kept doing it. Meep! 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 Corn is delicious. Alright, this is kind of getting old. And then silence for about 10 seconds before the kid stood up and said, well, so are you.
That lady sucks ass.
Look, there's Kyle. He is so weird. Watch this. Hey, Kyle. Yeah, what's up, Stacy? Can I ask you a question? Sure, what? How's your girlfriend doing? I don't have a girlfriend. I know, I'm just reminding you. Hey, Stacy. What? How's your dad doing? Why would you say that? Her dad left. Oh, I know. I just wanted to remind her. Hey, Kyle? Oh, hi, Stacy. What's up? I was wondering, if you wanted to go to the dance with me. Oh, you know, ew, I'm just kidding. I would never go to the dance with you. You're so gross. Hey, Stacy. What? Maybe you should try eating your makeup next time. It might fix your super ugly personality. What? Hey, don't talk to her like that, loser. Oh, hi, Chad. I would smack you in the face right now, but I'm against animal abuse, so... What did you just say to me? Actually, never mind. Kyle, what do you want, Chad? What's it like being chubby? What? Yeah, Jane told me that she would never go out with you because you're super chubby and you're ugly. I agree. Can I tell you something about your mom? What? Your mom is so ugly that your dad wakes up with morning wouldn't. Oh, that's right. You eat your cereal with water because your dad never came home with the milk. Screw you, Kyle. Hey, yo, Kyle. Hey, what's up, Chad? I saw your mom working at Walmart last night. I always knew you were poor. Wow, real nice, Chad. Well, I saw your mom drop you off this morning. She's so fat, Thanos had to snap twice. Hey, shut up, Kyle. No, for real, man, yeah. And you're so ugly, you made the blind kid cry. Shut up, Kyle. No, I didn't. No, man, I'm being serious. You really upset Carlos. He's just so ugly. Black markets kids ran in their schools, a follower submission. When this kid was in 6th grade, he lived near a convenience store. And because he went in there so often, the store owner would give him old and expired candy for free, like Now and Laters and bubblegum. He would then bring these candies to school and sell them for 25 cents each. And whenever he had candy bars in stock, he would sell them for 50 cents each. And because the school he went to banned all sweets and didn't sell snacks, this kid was making absolute bank. Well, one year the school decided to open up a snack bar, and that snack bar also sold candy. Well, this kid couldn't have it. It would be very bad for business. So what he did was him and his friends a couple times a week would go to the snack bar and buy out their entire stock. He would then sell the candy to students and tell them that when they were done to just throw the wrappers on the ground. Soon, the candy garbage was everywhere. The school got mad that students were littering their candy wrappers, so they shut their snack bar down. And just like that, our boy was back in business full-time. And over the course of 2 years, he made $3,000. People who were legends in their high school. The wrestling team at this one high school would hang out in the bathrooms every day during lunch. Hey man, great practice today. Hey, you too, bro. You wrecked Johnny in that last match. But every day, there was also another kid that would hang out in the bathroom during lunch. And all he did in the bathroom was eat his lunch in there. The wrestling team started to befriend this kid. The team liked him. Well, one day, the wrestling team was at the movies. They were seeing Superbad. When the character McLovin first appeared on the scene, this is what happened. Yo, bro. McLovin looks just like Kyle from the bathroom. And the next day, when the team saw this kid in the hallway, hey, what's up, McLovin? I'll see you during lunch. McLovin, I like it. The nickname McLovin caught on. Hey, McLovin, what up, man?
Hey, what's good, McLovin?
Hi, McLovin. And when this kid was a senior, they were announcing the prom king. And this year's prom king is McLovin. The dumbest school rules ever. This one elementary school had a rule where a student, if they were feeling sick, would not be able to go home or call their parents unless they had a fever or puked. Well, one day, this kid's stomach was super messed up. He wasn't feeling good at all. Miss, can I go to the nurse's office, please? Ow. So he goes to the nurse's office. So it's a stomach ache, huh? Yes. Yeah, it hurts so bad. Well, you don't have a fever and you didn't throw up, and you can't stay here. I have to send you back to class. I'm sorry. Are you serious? Yeah, you know the rules. This made him super mad because his stomach was actually hurting pretty bad. So he stared at her, and with incredible focus and pure dedication, he somehow managed to get himself to throw up right on the nurse. Can I go home now? The school changed that rule shortly after that. Another one, this middle school wouldn't let their students talk at all during lunch. Apparently, this is a very common rule. But at one middle school, there was a group of friends that wanted to beat the system. So over the course of a few months, they all individually learned sign language. They became fluent, and they started talking to each other during lunch with sign language only. Oh my god, what are they doing? Dear God. Did they all learn sign language? Can they do that? Are they allowed to do that? I'll get the principal. And they couldn't do anything about it, because sign language technically isn't talking. It was in 4th grade. His glasses broke. Aw, man. But it didn't really matter, because in most of his classes, he sat in the front row, so he could still see. Well, after a few days of going to class without his glasses, one of his teachers said, Kyle, I see you still don't have your glasses. Are they still broken? Yeah, but it's fine. I can still see the board. The thing with this teacher, though, was that she would always write assignments on the board for students to work on during class. She would never explain the assignments. Students would just read the board and then do their work. But anyway, she said, Kyle, it's been 4 days now. Your parents should have gotten you new glasses at this point. You're sitting in the back of the class. Okay. Alright, so this is what needs to be done before the end of class, okay? Get to work. Oh, I can't see it. What the heck? Sit down, Kyle. Hey, Stacy, can you tell me what the board says? Yeah, it says, Stacy, don't you dare tell him what it says. I'm teaching him a frickin' lesson. I hate my life. This school is super sus. This one high school had this weird thing, where in every single bathroom, the toilet paper rolls weren't inside the stalls. They were outside on the wall. So anybody that had to go into a stall had to take enough toilet paper before they got in there. But if you didn't grab enough, or you forgot, you were screwed. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to grab toilet paper. Hello? Hello, is anyone in here? Oh, God. In high school, there was a science teacher who was a bit older. He was a pretty nice guy, but he sweat all the time. All right, and that is evolution. Is it hot in here or is it just me? I'm sweating up a storm. Well, he would do this super weird, gross thing every single day. He had this plant on his desk, and towards the end of class, every single day, he would take off his shirt in front of everybody and wring out his sweaty shirt into the plant. Sir, what are you doing? Plants need water, Kyle. What do you think I'm doing? He was eventually fired because taking your shirt off in class is frowned upon. Makes sense. Who shared the story said that 7 years after he graduated high school, he got a phone call. What is this? Hello? It was his old high school senior English teacher. And this is what she told him.
Hi, Carl. Yeah, this is Mrs. Stevens from the high school you went to.
Oh, hi. What is going on?
Hi, I'm calling because I just found out that 7 years ago, I accidentally miscalculated your final grade. You were supposed to get an F. And that means you weren't supposed to graduate high school. So we're letting you know that we're taking away your diploma, okay?
What?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to come back and finish one more class if you want your diploma, okay? Alright, bye-bye.
What? The funny part is, this dude already had his bachelor's degree, and he was working at a very high-paying company. This has to be the most petty school in the world. To call someone 7 years after they graduated to say that they actually failed the final? That's crazy. Get out of here. Craziest teachers ever. At one middle school, there was a teacher that had a samurai sword, and he kept it in his trunk. Well, every time there was a fire drill, his students would line up right by where his car was parked. And every time there was a fire drill, he would show kids his samurai sword. Alright, next. Whoa, that's amazing. Can I hold it? Oh, you want to hold it? Yeah, sure. I'm kidding. Next. Students loved him. The samurai sword was pretty cool too, but the school found out about this and he was fired immediately. But the response from students was overwhelming. A group of students made thousands of posters of that teacher photoshopped to look like a samurai, and they wrote, "Free my samurai homie," and placed it all around the school. Well, despite their best efforts, that teacher did not get his job back. Worst teachers of all time. At one high school, there was a student that would sometimes fall asleep during class. Well, one day this teacher had enough. She wanted to embarrass him and teach him a lesson. Kyle, wake up. What? I have had enough with you sleeping in my class. Come to the front of the classroom and explain to everyone why you're always sleeping. Miss, please, I'm sorry. Now. He gets up out of his desk and walks to the front of the classroom. When he began talking, he starts to cry a little bit. This is what he said. I hate you for making me do this. You want to know why I've been sleeping? Because my family's been having a really hard time, okay? I had to pick up 2 jobs to help them pay the bills. We almost lost our house last year. I'm just trying to help my family. Screw you. Her plan backfired, and from that day on, she became the most hated teacher at that school. Weird experiences with other kids' families. This kid's friend's mom was incredibly religious, and in their house, there was this cuckoo clock of Jesus that would go off every hour. Well, whenever he was hanging out at that house, every hour, the mom would make the kids write notes thanking Jesus for everything they did that past hour. For example, every hour they would have to write something like, "Thank you, Jesus, for letting us play with Legos and eat cookies." She would then read all the kids' notes and correct them. Like this. "This is really nice, Kyle, but you had milk as well. Do you want to make Jesus sad because you're not thankful for the milk?" "No, that's what I thought. I'm gonna add milk for you, okay? Remember next time." Just crazy stuff like that every single hour. This kid said that their house also looked like a full-blown church with 4-foot-tall crucifixes in every room and an altar. Maybe it's just me, but that seems a little excessive. This guy was 9 years old. He was taking a bath when he accidentally took a dump in the bathtub. He got out, got dressed, and tried to figure out what he was gonna do. "What am I supposed to do with you, poop?" Well, in the bathroom, there was this hole in the wall that had been there for as long as he could remember. So he scooped up the poop, and he threw it inside the hole in the wall. He then went on with his day and didn't tell anybody about it. Years and years pass and nobody ever knew what he did. Well, one day, about 15 years after the initial poop incident, he comes home from college to visit his parents. He goes to the bathroom and he notices that the hole in the wall was patched up. "Hey Dad, I see you finally fixed the hole in the wall." "Oh yeah, I did that last month. It was about time." Yeah. His parents then sold the house, and chances are that mummified poop that he threw in the bathroom wall is still there. This guy was in middle school. He had an obsession with fire. Well, one day he was home alone, so he grabbed some cardboard boxes and trash and went outside to the family's fire pit. Keep in mind it was a pretty deep fire pit. He threw all the stuff in there, grabbed lighter fluid from his dad's grill, doused the garbage, and lit it on fire. And up the flames went. Completely satisfied, he sat back and watched the fire blaze, until suddenly, a strange-looking fireball jumped out of the fire pit and started running towards the woods. Turns out there was a raccoon in the fire pit, and when it caught on fire, it tried to make the grand escape. Well, when it got to the woods, it ended up burning a few trees down. But sadly, the raccoon didn't make it. The weirdest families ever. When this kid was in middle school, she was sleeping over at her friend's house. She wanted to take a shower, so her friend gave her a towel. She said the towel smelled kind of weird, but there was no other towels in the shower, so she used it. She later found out that this girl's family shares one towel to prevent having to use new ones all the time. She told her friend how weird it was, and she was shocked to find out that her family had their own towels every time they showered. Unfortunately, she couldn't get over this situation, and she never slept over at her friend's house ever again. One kid had this friend that he would hang out with all the time. He would often hang out there during dinner time, but the thing was, he was never allowed to eat. Alright boys, dinner time! They would make him sit at the table with the family, but they would never serve him a plate. He never understood why. Hey Mr. Stevens, do you think I can have some food tonight? No, Kyle, you know the rules. Can I be excused then to go watch TV? I said you know the rules. You sit there until we're done. I am so hungry. I'm sorry, man. Honey, this lasagna is fantastic. Oh my god, honey, thank you so much. I worked really hard on this. You're missing out, Kyle. This is delicious. This kid's family had this very weird rule. They would always keep 12 pre-poured glasses of water in the fridge at all times. His parents said they did this because it's quicker than having to pour tap water into a glass, put ice in there, and then wait for the water to get cold. So instead, they had the pre-poured cups of water already in the fridge. And whenever you would finish a glass of water, you would refill it and put it back in the fridge. It sounds pretty weird, but it also sounds very convenient. What do you guys think? Throughout this kid's entire childhood, his dad made him do this one specific thing. There was a very small and empty closet in their house. And once a month, every month, in the middle of the night, his dad would wake him up out of his deep sleep, bring him over to the closet, and made him stand in there for 2 minutes. He called it elevator practice. Son, psst, Kyle, wake up. It's time. Come on. Okay, get on in there. And stop. That was your best one yet, buddy. Alright, head to bed. Same time next month. When this kid was 9 years old, he was hanging out at his friend's house when he had to go to the bathroom. Number 2. A couple minutes later, his friend's dad went in the bathroom. He then came out and said this. Alrighty, we have a problem. Kyle, did you take a poop in my bathroom? Yeah, I did. Now why in God's name would you do that? Because I had. Do you know how disrespectful that is? In my toilet. If you had to take a you should have gone to your own house. But sir, I had to go to the bathroom. I don't care. I'm calling your mom right now and I'm telling her you are never allowed here ever again. Hi, Mrs. Stevens. This is Mr. Johnson. Your son is disgusting and I hate him. What? I am so confused. Black markets kids ran in their schools, a follower submission. When this kid was in middle school, he had a friend whose dad taught him how to cook at a very young age. Some of the things his friend could cook very well are cheesesteaks and cheese fries. Well, one day this kid was at school and he heard his classmates complaining about how terrible the cafeteria food is. So he had a brilliant idea. Every night he would meal prep a handful of cheesesteaks and cheese fries. And every morning before school, he would heat the food up and put it in one of those insulated bags to keep it warm. He would sell a cheesesteak with a side of cheese fries for $9 each. And if you wanted one, you would have to meet him at his locker in the morning before class. Well, word spread pretty quick. And like I said, he would only make a handful of these every day, so supply was very limited. Business was absolutely booming and he sold out every single day. Eventually, as this goes, the school found out and his business was shut down. However, in total, this kid made $750. You gotta respect the hustle. The dumbest reasons people got in trouble at work. This guy was chilling at home when he got a call from a manager of a company. Hello? Oh, hello, Greg. He answers. Well, Greg, you didn't show up for work today, and honestly, I have had enough of your bullcrap. You are a disgrace to the Comcast company. You're ignorant, you're selfish, you're incredibly selfish, you waste all of our time. Your mother would be so disappointed in you, Greg. You can be quiet. What do you have to say for yourself? The call went on for a while, but the thing was, my name isn't Greg, and I definitely don't work at Comcast. I actually just started at Dairy Queen last week, so, but good luck to Greg, huh? Sounds like he's in big trouble. Okay, bye. God darn it. Can somebody get me Greg's phone number? I don't think I have it, but why don't you just ask him what his number is? He's sitting at his desk. Wait, he's here today? Yeah, it's his birthday today. He brought everyone donuts. I had like 3. Yeah. My favorite comebacks. All right, class, now you're gonna pick a partner, and then you're gonna work on the worksheet together, okay? Pick a partner, you have 2 minutes. Hey, Stacy. What? No, you wanna be my partner for this? No? Are you freaking joking me? Kyle, you're the weirdest kid in the school. You're disgusting. Chad, be my partner. Alright, yeah. Did you just bark at me? Yeah, I was trying to talk to you in a language you might understand. Oh my god. Yo, you messed up big time, Kyle. Yeah, Chad, come here, man. Okay. That's what I thought. This dude's parents need to chill. When this guy was 20 years old, he still lived with his parents, which isn't that weird. What is weird is that he had a strict bedtime of 8 p.m. every night. Hey son, what are you doing? I'm playing video games. What's up? It's getting there. It's 7:55, almost bedtime. I'll check back in at 8. Yeah, okay. Thanks. If he ever slept over at a friend's house, he had to call his parents at 8 p.m. to tell them he was going to bed. In this instance, he was at his friend's 21st birthday party. Dude, that's hilarious. Get out of here. Hey, me and you, beer pong partners, okay? We're playing next. Oh, I'm so down. Wait, hold on. What time is it? It's 8:05. All right, hold on 1 second. Oh, he's calling right now. Hello? Hey Dad, yeah, just calling to let you know I'm laying down, I'm gonna go to bed, okay? Alright, sounds good. Hey, you're 5 minutes late, but I'll let it slide this time. Sweet dreams, buddy. Alright, bye Dad, love you. Let's play some beer pong. That's absurd. Black markets kids ran in their schools, a follower submission. The person that shared this story said that when he was in school, there was this kid who had his own personal chef at his house. And every day, the chef would make this kid homemade croissants to take to lunch. Or, if you're fancy, croissant. Who knows? Anyway, apparently these are the most bussing croissants ever. One day the chef made this kid 2 croissants. So this kid ate one and sold the other to his friend for $5. His friend took one bite of the croissant and his mind was blown. That kid then told the entire school that these croissants were amazing. So now this dude was having his chef make him 20 croissants to take to school every single day. And he was selling them for $5 each.
Business was absolutely frickin' booming.
Well, one day the principal found out and shut him down. But the students weren't happy about this. They complained and complained every single day. Finally, the principal said fine. They let this kid bring his chef into school to sell croissants during lunch. In total, together they made $20,000. That's absolutely insane. Worst teachers of all time. When this kid was in 1st grade, his teacher really didn't like him. She would always call him out for things during class, and if he didn't do his homework or got an answer wrong, she would say, "If this was a job, Kyle, I would fire you. Be better next time." Well, one day, right after Christmas break had ended, he came to school with a new toy he got for Christmas, and he loved this toy. Hey, check this out. Isn't this super cool? My mom got it for me. Well, his teacher saw him with this toy in class, so she walked up to him. She took his toy, "I'll take that, thank you," and said, "Now I have a toy for my grandson." What did you do? And he never saw that toy ever again. He was 9 years old. He had a teacher that hated him. He was kind of a chubby kid, and one time he didn't do his homework and she flipped out. "This is your workbook. You're supposed to do homework in your workbook. I don't see your homework." She was flipping through it so hard she ripped a bunch of pages. But she wasn't done. She then, in front of the entire class, started screaming at him even more. "You know what, Kyle? You're probably too busy stuffing your face with sandwiches and Twinkies that you didn't have time to do your homework. You're so fat." She then made him go to the back corner of the classroom and stand there with his hands straight up in the air until class was over. "Hands up, Kyle." He went home and told his parents what happened. The next day, they came into school with him. They went to her room and asked why she did that. To which she replied, "I'm sorry, I don't recall that happening. I think your kid might be making it up. I'm sorry." One day in elementary school, this girl was sitting in her class. She had asthma, and her asthma was acting up, so she was using her inhaler. Okay. Anyway, 2 plus 2 is... 2 plus 2 is 4, that's right, yeah. So, and 3 plus 3 is... Jessica, please. Are you kidding me? Apparently, the teacher couldn't teach because this girl using her inhaler was too distracting. So this is what she did. Give me that. I'm gonna put this in the office. Whenever you want to use it, you have to go to the office to use it, okay? Okay. Well, the next day, in that same class, that same girl was having trouble with her asthma again. So she asked, Miss, can I go to the office? I need to use my inhaler really bad. Not right now, Jessica. We're in the middle of a very important lesson, okay? She had a full-blown asthma attack. To the point where the paramedics were called, and she had to be taken to the hospital. That teacher was fired the next day. In elementary school, a teacher was using the boys' bathroom when he saw something written on the stall wall. Oh my god, graffiti. Except it wasn't anything offensive or controversial. Somebody wrote hi on the stall door with a Sharpie. So pretty innocent. But the school took this very seriously. That was the only boys' bathroom in the entire school, and the principal locked it until they could find out who wrote hi on the bathroom door. No boys are allowed to use the bathroom until we find out who vandalized the stall. This lasted for 4 days, till one day something happened. Miss? Yes, Billiards? I really have to use the bathroom. You know you can't. I'm sorry, but I really have to go. I'm sorry, unless you can tell me who vandalized the stall, I can't let you go. Well, this kid really did have to go, and he ended up peeing his pants right there in the classroom. Oh no. He told his mom what happened. She then called the principal and threatened to sue the school. The next day, that bathroom was unlocked once again. That shared this story went to a Catholic middle school with a dress code and everything. A part of that dress code was that students had to wear a tie every single day. Good morning, everyone. Get to class. Come on, come on. Kevin, where's your tie? And if somebody wasn't wearing a tie, they would get a detention, Kevin. You have a detention. Well, the school took this rule a little too far. There were a lot of kids that would walk home from school every day, and they wanted to extend this rule. They said,
if you're a student that walks home, your tie must remain on until you get to your house.
Which is weird, but okay, no one's watching. Wrong. The principal hired people to stand on the main road, checking to make sure these kids who walked home had their ties still on. And if they didn't have their tie on when they were walking home, they would get a detention. That is the craziest thing I have ever heard. This teacher is bogus. When this kid was in 7th grade, he was in science class, and they were watching a wildlife documentary, which they were supposed to write an essay on afterwards. Well, this kid was a very good reader and a writer. He was far more advanced than his classmates. So he wrote his essay. He turned it in, and when he got it back, he noticed the teacher took off 25 points. Hey, Mrs. Stevens, why did you take 25 points off of my essay? It's because you didn't use grade-appropriate language in your essay. I had to take some points off. What do you mean grade-appropriate language? Kyle, you were using words that 7th graders shouldn't even know yet. We're in 7th grade. You should be writing like a 7th grader. Wait, hold on. So you took points off my essay because I'm smarter than my classmates? That's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. How dare you? The teacher then gave him a detention. He was punished for being smart. One high school had this weird thing where in every single bathroom, the toilet paper rolls weren't inside the stalls. They were outside on the wall. So anybody that had to go into a stall had to take enough toilet paper before they got in there. But if you didn't grab enough, or you forgot, you were screwed. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to grab toilet paper. Hello? Hello, is anyone in here? Oh, God. The way this school handled this situation makes me so mad. So my follower sent me the story of something that happened to him in 8th grade. He's Puerto Rican, and there was this kid that really hated him for no reason. That guy was on the football team. He was super mean to our dude, and he made fun of him all the time for being Puerto Rican. Sounds a little racist to me. Anyway, one day in gym class, this kid and his friend were standing in line behind the mean football player. And out of nowhere, the dude turns around and looks at him and says, "Why don't you get out of my country? You don't belong here." Now, our guy was used to this, so he didn't say anything. But his friend who was with him said, "Yo, we should go to the office and tell them what just happened. This is not okay." So they did. The principal said they would talk to this football player and that he would probably get suspended. All right, cool. But guess what? Nothing happened. The kid never got in trouble at all. Instead, our guy was called back into the office and was given detention because the school said he was lying about the whole situation. Man, that sucks. These schools need to do better. Things teachers did. Some teachers like to play calming music during tests to keep the students calm and focused. Well, this one teacher at this one high school played something a little different. Whenever students were taking a test, he would just play dolphin noises on a loop. I can't focus with this crap playing. Oh my god, same, it's hurting my ears. Quiet. Listen to the music and do your test, please. Love this song. That's wild. When this kid was in 4th grade, his glasses broke. Oh man. But it didn't really matter because in most of his classes he sat in the front row, so he could still see. Well, after a few days of going to class without his glasses, one of his teachers said, "Kyle, I see you still don't have your glasses. Are they still broken?" "Yeah, but it's fine, I can still see the board." The thing with this teacher though was that she would always write assignments on the board for students to work on during class. She would never explain the assignments. Students would just read the board and then do their work. But anyway, she said, "Kyle, it's been 4 days now. Your parents should have gotten you new glasses at this point. You're sitting in the back of the class." Okay. Alright, so this is what needs to be done before the end of class, okay? Get to work. Oh, I can't see it. What the heck? Sit down, Kyle. Hey, Stacy, can you tell me what the board says? Yeah, it says, Stacy, don't you dare tell him what it says. I'm teaching him a frickin' lesson. I hate my life. My favorite comebacks. Hey, Kyle. What's up, Chad? Nice headphones, loser. Did your mom buy those for you? Why, is that weird? Yeah, dude. You're in middle school and you're a mama's boy. At least my mom loves me. Where's your mom, Chad? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. She left you and your dad to live with the mailman. What did you say to me? You're ugly, dude. At least I'm not basic. If someone killed you, you would drop common loot. This school is bogus. At one elementary school, a teacher was using the boys' bathroom when he saw something written on the stall wall. Oh my god, graffiti. Except it wasn't anything offensive or controversial. Somebody wrote "hi" on the stall door with a Sharpie. So pretty innocent. But the school took this very seriously. That was the only boys' bathroom in the entire school, and the principal locked it until they could find out who wrote "hi" on the bathroom door. No boys are allowed to use the bathroom until we find out who vandalized the stall. This lasted for 4 days, till one day something happened. Miss? Yes, Billiards? I really have to use the bathroom. You know you can't. I'm sorry, but I really have to go. I'm sorry, unless you can tell me who vandalized the stall, I can't let you go. Well, this kid really did have to go, and he ended up peeing his pants right there in the classroom. Oh no. He told his mom what happened. She then called the principal and threatened to sue the school. The next day, that bathroom was unlocked once again. The most disturbing kids' toys of all time. This here is called Jibba Jabba. It was a toy released in the 1990s. It's basically a doll that comes in different colored hair, and if you shake it, it makes a choking noise. Well, people didn't respond to it very well at first because 1, shaken baby syndrome is a real thing, and 2, children started trying to do this on their baby siblings. These are skinny bones. They're like Legos, but super creepy, and they can only make these people. And you could buy the whole family, and even a dog. They were made in 1970. They were discontinued due to lack of interest. But if you can find one today, they're incredibly valuable. And lastly, we have Growing Up Skipper. Skipper was launched by Mattel in 1964 as Barbie's younger sister. 10 years later, Mattel released Growing Up Skipper, and Growing Up Skipper sparked controversy everywhere. If you twist her wrist, this doll grows about an inch and her chest grows out. Watch this clip from the commercial.
You can have fun with Skipper when she's little, and suddenly you can make her grow up enough to wear her glamorous teenage skirt.
আপনি যে কি করে আপনি তাতে কোনো কনসেন্স নেই আমার বাসায় কিছু সবাই দেখে ফেলে
রাত 10টায় আমি ফোন দিব আর একবারের বেশি যদি রিং হয় মামা মালটা তো জোস সরি 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 ভাবি কি পারবি দেখ কিভাবে কই সেটিং মিটিং নাই তো সেটিং মানে বুঝো না পেন্টিরিতি ও তো আমাদের ভাবি হয় ওই হিসাবে আমাদের বিয়ে হিসাব আপনি
আচ্ছা দাঁড়া ওয়েট কর আমাকে একটু ভাবতে দে দেখি কি করা যায় দোস্ত তুই থাক আমি যাই
আমি থাকবো মানে
তুই থাক দোস্ত
রক্ত লাগবে রে রক্ত আসবো না মানে
হ্যাঁ তাই তো শুনলাম
আসবো না ঠিক আছে, দেখতেছি ব্যাপারটা, যাও।
কি রে তুই কোচিং এ যাস না কেন?
দোস্ত আমি কোচিং এ কিভাবে যাব বল? এই গুন্ডাটা যে আমাকে ডিস্টার্ব করে, তুই দেখতেই তো পারছস, ডেইলি আমার পিছনে লাগে থাকে।
আমার ভালোবাসার গল্পটা অপূর্ণ রয়ে গেল। গলবে, পাখির মন গলবে, এমন মন্ত্র দেব।
এভাবে রাস্তাঘাটে একটা মেয়েকে উত্তক্ত করে আর নিজের গায়ে রক্ত দিয়ে
হ্যালো,
হেই হোয়াটস আপ প্র্যাঙ্ক ম্যান।
কে?
একটু হলেই তো তোমার ফোন হাওয়া হয়ে যেত।
তুই তোর ফোন আর কোনোদিন পাবি না।
কেন?
তোর বাবা তো তোর ফোনটাকে একদম আসার দিয়ে ভেঙে শেষ, এমনকি পানিতে চুবাইছে।
আউট অফ কিউরিয়াসিটি হয়তো দেখা করব, বাট আই এম নট দ্যাট মাচ ইজি, অলওয়েজ রিমেম্বার।
আজকে যদি তারাটা থাকতো আজকে তোর দিতাম একদম। এই খালি স্কার্টেন গার্ডেন।
এই যে আপু, এসব গার্ডেন ফার্ডেন যায় না, আমার ভাই ব্রাদাররা আছে, আপনার একদম কামড়ায় দিবে। না 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 ব্রো, এই যে আপনার ফোন প্র্যাঙ্ক ছিল ব্রো, চিল চিল চিল। রাকিব ভাই, আপনি এসআই রাকিব ভাই না? আপনার কথা আমি অনেক শুনছি। আপনি কিন্তু মানে বুঝের লোক। টেরে তোলেন।
এই হোসেন আলী, ক্যামেরা আগেই কইছিলাম আমার বস ফেমাস। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ভাই একটু যদি ধরতে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ শিওর।
স্যার কিভাবে যে কনফার্ম হয়?
এটা তো এদিকে না, 3 নাম্বার গেট ওইদিকে, শঙ্কর গলি বোধহয় গেটের বাইরে। আপনি ভুল আসছেন, যান।
ভুল আসছে? কিন্তু আমি কি চিনতে পারবো?
ও আচ্ছা, আপনি দ্যাট বোরখা গার্ল।
চিনতে পেরেছো তাহলে না?
আই লাইক গুড গার্লস। ফলো কর তো, ফলো কর, যা। এতে কই যায় দেখবি, যা। তাহলে জীবনে প্রথম কাউরে প্র্যাঙ্ক করতে যায়, নিজেই আজকে প্র্যাঙ্ক হয়ে গেল।
তুমি আমাকে বলেছো যে তুমি তোমার কোনো বয়ফ্রেন্ড নাই।
না না, বয়ফ্রেন্ড না, আমি ওনার বয়ফ্রেন্ড, আমি ওর ফিয়ান্সে। ওর সাথে আমার বিয়ে নেক্সট।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
আমার জন্য?
এটা তোমার জন্য, একটা নতুন ফোন দিলাম।
এই জন্য তাহলে তোমরা এতক্ষণ নাটক করছো?
নাটক না, তোমার ফোনটা পুরনো হয়ে গেছে।
কেন
নতুন ফোন।
আমরা প্র্যাঙ্ক করতে পারি না?
একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট কথা ছিল তোমার সাথে। এমন করলে কেমন হয় যদি এই এন্টারটেইনমেন্ট জার্নিতে আমি জয়েন করি তোমার সাথে?
কালকে সারা রাত তোমার আমি কল দিচ্ছি।
সারা রাত? তাহলে আপনি শুনুন আপনার ভালোবাসার মানুষের অতীত বর্তমান। পাগল কোন একদম ঠিক হয় ওনার ব্যথা লাগে নাই?
ব্যথা তো বেশি তুমি
তুহিনে ব্যথা লাগছে না?
বন্ধু তুই চিন্তা করিস না রে, ভাবির মন ঠিকই গলে যাবে। ভাবির মন তো গলবে কিন্তু আরে না 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 দোস সম্ভব না। গাড়ি ঘুরা তো।
হঠাৎ আমার বাসার নিচে কোনো জমি দরকার?
তুমি কি আজকে কোচিং এ যাও নাই? সুন্দর মতো যাবি, ভাবির নামটা জিজ্ঞাসি। আর শোন, ভালো মতো কথা কবে, ভাবি লাগে। খালি থাপড় আর চাপাবাজি, এই বাদে আর কিছু পারছস? বুকিং মানে বুকিং, তুমি আমার আমি তোমার, বুকিং দিয়ে দিছি ফাইনাল।
আমাকে বুকিং দিছে মানে আমাকে কে বুকিং দিছে দোস্ত? তোর যে আশিক আছে না, এখন তো আমার পিছনে লাগছে। আমার তো অনেক ভয় লাগতেছে দোস্ত। এই যে আস্তে আস্তে সব মানুষ জানবে, তারপর আমার ফ্যামিলিকেও জানাই দিবে। আর আমার
এন্ড বেস্ট অফ লাক ফর ডক্টরশিপ। আমি দোয়া করি তুমি যেন একজন ভালো ডক্টর হও।
আমার কাছে জিনের বাচ্চার নাম্বার আছে। জিনের বাচ্চা।
করতে চাস নাকি ইটিশ পিটিশ করতে চাস? হ্যালো বন্ধু, আমার রোদে দিছস? এই তো দিছি তো, ঠিক মতো রোদে দিছস?
কি শুনতে চান? আমি আপনাকে ভালোবাসি?